Hello, hello, fam. Super excited that you're here and joining me for some quick stretches. These sequences are going to be super short. I know I've said that about a couple of videos, but I'm not kidding. This is really going to be short. So just we're going to be targeting on specific areas of the body. Today we're focusing kind of on the shoulder, the neck, the bottleneck area, the spine. So we're going to be pretty much staying in a seated position the whole entire time. These videos are especially made for that she life or she. It is a strength training fitness app that if you are not already a member of, I know you would absolutely enjoy it. It is for women and it is got all of the necessary things that you need for your nutrition, for your strength training, of course. And then we get to slow things down and get some good stretches in there as well. So, wherever you're at, find yourself on a nice, comfortable seat. Make sure that you have a blanket and a bolster or a pillow close by just in case you need it. And as always, that friendly reminder if your back is pulling back and it's hard for you to sit up straight at this moment in your life, that's okay. Just get a pillow, a block if you have it, a blanket even, fold it up. That way your hips are higher than your knees. This will help you be able to sit up nice and tall, be able to relax the shoulders without that straining on your back, which just is affecting from the crown of your head all the way down into the legs. So check in with yourself, see where you're at, and it's okay to use props. I know a lot of people think if they're using props, that means I don't really know because I've never been afraid to use props when I've needed them or when it's helped me assist in my practice a little bit easier. Again, yoga reflects into the daily life. It's okay to grab things, to be able to use things that are going to assist you to make things easier for you. So don't be shy. Don't be too proud. Find yourself some props if you need it. And if you're not quite sure if you are pulling back, just check in with yourself. If it feels uncomfortable, if you find yourself hunching or slouching, you can ask somebody, or you can always take a look in the mirror and see where you're at. And then over time, as your body loosens up, is able to relax, you'll be able to notice a difference in your posture. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So find yourself in a nice, comfortable seat, however that looks like for you. Legs can be in any variation. Just sitting up nice and tall, just relaxing the crown, relaxing your shoulders, extending the crown of your head up nice and tall. Just feeling that length all the way down into the tailbone. Feel safe to close off your eyes and just looking inwards for a moment. Even though this isn't a full yoga sequence, it's important to slow things down. It's important to reconnect with your breath. Very important to reconnect with yourself. And we do that by using our breath. Let's go ahead and release the past, release the future, arrive here in the present moment by taking a few cleansing breaths. Nice, deep, full inhale through the nose. Filling up the lungs and the belly with air. And take that open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Emptying out all the way. Puppy kisses for the win. Deep, full inhale through the nose. And release it with that open mouth exhale. Sigh it out. Let it go. Emptying out all the way. Squeezing out every drop. Last full round, deep inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs, down into the belly with air. Pausing once you get to the top and sipping in a little bit more air. And release that breath with an open mouth exhale. Very good. Seal your lips. Begin to breathe in and out of your nose. Just slowing things down, exaggerating your breath a little bit longer than your natural breath. Nice, deep, full inhales. Steady, controlled, long exhales, making sure that your inhales and exhales are the same length on both sides. Just following that breath right when it comes in from your nose, seeing it go over the top of your head, whirling down your spine, down into your tailbone. As you exhale, pull the breath up from the tailbone, back up the spine and out the nose. Following your breath on your pace. And if you find that your mind wanders easily, that's okay. If it's hard to stay concentrated on your breath, that's okay. Try counting to the duration of your breath. Maybe counting 5, maybe even 6 or longer if you have it in you. Just making sure that your inhales and exhales are the same length. Let's start moving. On your next inhale, bring those shoulders up towards the ears, giving a nice, good, intentional squeeze. As you exhale, roll the shoulders down the front of the chest, guiding them towards the bottom as you pull the shoulders up your back. Shoulders pass by the ears once more, taking 2 more circles in this direction, really feeling the expanding of your chest as your back closes. Vice versa when that time comes. Finishing up that last shoulder circle, no rush. Once the shoulders are back up by the ears, give that nice good squeeze, deep inhale. And as you exhale, begin to pull the shoulders, roll them down your back, pulling them down towards the bottom and guiding them up the front of the chest. 2 more shoulder circles in this direction, ensuring that you're sitting up tall as you move your shoulders. I notice sometimes I start to crouch over. It's totally normal, just being mindful, sitting back up nice and tall. Finishing up this last shoulder circle, no rush. Once the shoulders are back up by the ears, give a nice, good, intentional squeeze, adding some intent pressure on the neck and the shoulders. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, relax through the shoulders, relax through the neck, allowing the shoulders to go back into their natural sockets. Continuing to stay connected with your breath as you exhale, begin to lower the chin down towards the chest, opening up the back side of the neck. Taking in for some head circles, guide your head over towards the left-hand side, left ear passes left shoulder. Head rolls along your upper back, opening up the front side of the throat. Opposite ear meets opposite shoulder. Chin is connected towards the chest, taking 2 more head circles in this direction. It's so hard to make these videos with a dog. Point. All right. Dude. Oh my goodness. Don't want any strains in the neck. Staying safe once the chin is connected towards the chest. Pause for a moment and then take those head circles in the opposite direction. Your eyes can remain closed or having a nice soft gaze. Staying relaxed through the shoulders, just moving the head. Just the upper neck, just the upper spine. Opening up all angles of the throat and the neck, accepting any cracks or pops you may feel or hear. Good. As we're finishing up that last head circles, chin is connected towards the chest. We've done 3 on both sides, lifting the head back up through center. Very good. On your next inhale, sweep those arms up overhead, reaching up tall, really lengthening through the spine. Gaze follows the hands, opening up the front side of the spine. And as you exhale, twist over towards the left-hand side. Left hand is going to rest behind you as that right hand is resting on that leg, helping guide you into the twist. Relax through the shoulders, sitting up nice and tall. It's safe in your neck. Take your gaze back across that shoulder, looking back behind you. And remember, it's not about how far you get into the twist. It's just what you feel in the pose. Being in a place where you feel a nice, good release through the body or a stretch. Keeping the breaths deep. You've got quite a bit of restriction in the lung region. We want that added pressure. We want to build strength in the lungs, giving the heart a nice little massage. Just a couple more rounds of breath left here. Your next inhale, lengthen up through the torso, seeing if you can sit up a little bit taller. As you exhale, see if you're able to get into the twist just a sliver more. Nothing too crazy. Don't force yourself to go anywhere the body doesn't want you to go quite yet. On your next inhale, unravel the twist. Sweep your arms up overhead, reaching up nice and tall once more. And as you exhale, twisting towards the opposite side. Right hand comes back behind you as that left is resting on the leg, guiding you into the twist. Same thing goes on this side. Relax through the shoulders, making sure that you're sitting up tall. You've got deep breaths on both sides. And if it's safe in your neck, take your gaze back behind you. Notice what's happening in the mind. Notice if your thoughts are running. If so, that's okay, just coming back to your breath. Last full round as you inhale. See if you can sit up a little bit taller. And as you exhale, guide yourself just a sliver more into that twist. Exhaling all the way. Empty out every drop. When you're ready for your inhale, come back through center, sweeping your arms back up overhead, reaching up nice and tall. As you exhale, plant your left hand down onto your mat next to you. It can be close, it can be far away. Reaching over with that right arm, opening up the front side of the chest. You don't want to find yourself hunching over, closing off the lungs. You want to stay nice and open throughout the front of the body. Really opening up that right side of your body, feeling that good stretch. And anchoring down in that right hip, making sure you feel both of your seated bones connected to your mat. If you start feeling yourself lifting up, you've gone a little bit too far back out of it. And then reach a little bit further. You can take some neck movements here, looking down towards your hand. Looking up underneath your armpit, up towards the ceiling or the sky. Good. Finishing up that last breath. Exhaling fully, emptying out all the way. As you inhale, reach back through center. Both arms extend up towards the sky. And as you exhale, opposite side, planting that right hand down as you reach over with the left. Keeping that left hip bone or that left seated bone grounded and rooted on your mat as you reach. Notice if your breath is becoming short, stagnant. Make sure you're keeping it nice and long, nice and controlled. Finishing up the last couple rounds, you can take that neck movement, looking down, looking up, and just moving slow, moving mindfully. Good. Finishing up your last exhale. Exhale all the way, emptying out every drop. When you're ready for your inhale, reach back through center, reaching up nice and tall. As you exhale, relax the hands along the side of the body or on your lap. If your legs are uncomfortable, feel free to switch out the cross at any time. It's very common that one of my legs will tend to fall asleep over the other one. So just making sure that you're staying nice and comfortable in the body as we finish up our last little short sequence. On your next inhale, arms lift back up overhead, reaching up nice and tall. As you exhale, hinge forward, folding over your bent legs. And lowering down to the palms of your hands. You can lower down onto your forearms. Just wherever you feel that stretch, maybe in the glutes, maybe in the hips, maybe in the legs, the lower back, whatever you feel, just acknowledging it, observing it, and then coming back to your breath. The key here is, once again, if you feel your tailbone or your upper parts of your glutes start to lift up, almost like you're leaning over, you've gone too far. push yourself back. That way you feel anchored and grounded in your seat. This is also a great place if you have a pillow or a blanket, placing it underneath you, maybe resting your forearms down. Kind of want to reach forward with your heart, just getting the length in your spine without hunching or crouching over, if that makes sense. A couple rounds of breath left here. Send every inhale to those tender, tight places. Soften as you exhale, nice and slow, releasing, letting go. Your next inhale, begin to lift and rise, coming back up onto the palms of your hands and walking yourself in so you're sitting up nice and tall once more. Switch out the legs just so that we're targeting the opposite hip. Hopefully, if your leg did fall asleep, it's nice and awake now. On your inhale, sweep those arms up overhead, reaching up nice and tall. And as you exhale, hinging over on this side once more. You know what fire log pose is? You can also take that variation. We're just keeping it simple today, but if you know more variations or more options, you want to explore any movement, feel free to. Find yourself in this pose. Find yourself in your landing place. Staying connected with your breath and using it for the tool that it is. Every inhale goes to the tender, uncomfortable places. As you exhale deeply and fully, soften and let go. Your next inhale, place your palms back onto the ground or on your pillow, whatever it may be, and walk yourself until you're sitting up nice and tall. Extend your legs out directly in front of you, getting the kinks out of the knees. Take some gentle taps on the backs of the knees, windshield wiper those knees side to side, just getting the blood, the life, and the energy moving back through the body. You always have the option to come into Shavasana, if you will, just allowing your body to integrate the movement that we've done. Even though it wasn't too long, it is important to take that time to rest and let your body settle in as we've opened up and stretched out tendons and ligaments. We stretched out some muscles. We put some pressure on some joints and organs. We've done a lot of good stuff. Even though this was a very short sequence, we've done a lot on the outside of the body as well as a lot on the inside of the body as well. So take care of yourself, drink lots of water, reach out to me if you have any questions. And as always, if you're not part of that She Life or She, check out the link somewhere in the description, somewhere in the bio. Reach out if you have any questions or any comments. I can't remember if I said that already. And wherever you're at, whatever time of day it is, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me.